Hey everybody, I'm Tim and welcome to Cigars Daily Live, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona. And this week on the show, we are kicking off the episode of the year for those who are getting into the world of cigars, the up and coming growing aficionado, the people who really want to dive into the blend and understand the intricacies of everything behind the wrapper, binder, and filler. This episode is all about the secret behind the rarest leaf on earth. There are things that make leaf rare. There are things that make leaf good. There are things that make blends balanced. And we're going to discuss tonight what sets a limited edition rare, like rare leaf cigar, apart from the rest of the stuff that's out there. If you've looked around these days, you'll see that there's a lot of what we call regular production cigars. And in addition to the regular production stuff, you're going to find also a litany of items that are limited edition, special, hard to get, can't find them. And those are relatively set apart, or at least people say they are. Cigar makers claim that they are, and it's not really true in every case. And so during this episode, we'll dissect a little bit of that, along with get into what really makes cigars tick, especially for the people sitting in the room with me. And I have got one of the most amazing teams on the planet. If you are joining us for the second edition of this episode that we ended after the vertical debacle that just happened, I'll let you know there's two things that are true. The first one is Mel Knox says, I missed the vertical version. 10 out of 10 issues on the internet, 10 out of 10 are a box that's either not checked that's supposed to be or is checked that shouldn't be. And when it said that I could do the video in both horizontal and vertical, I was like, why wouldn't I do that? And then that turned into it. And then I deleted the vertical one, and then the whole episode fell apart. So we're back for the second. And sitting behind the camera, helping me with this episode with a more enthusiastic chicken clucker is Billy, the cock of the walk.
I'm going to go hard now.
Yeah, get it.
Stay away from me.
That chicken's taking fight.
Oh,
You look like you were trying to like work up something there. You know what I'm talking about? Work out some
lactating now, Billy? Oh my God.
Get him a new shirt.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude.
I thought you were going to try to cut me with your sharp elbows or something. Goodness
The
gracious.
vertical version got Billy excited. All right, and sitting next to him is El Rey Del Terrence.
You know, it's not fair. I got to do something. All Terrence has to do is just go, yeah, if that's all I had to do, I could do that every night.
You
That's-
miss putting on your beanie almost every night. You got
I do
he's
miss
talking about
my
us.
beanie.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm putting you out there on blast.
That's right. You know, the other person that doesn't have to do a damn thing when I talk about her is the Ambergler.
Hello.
She has a nice tip of the hat.
Hey,
I take that.
a little.
Little tip of the hat, a little nod to everybody there. She is dressed like Zorro.
I love how we've gone Ambergler, Amish Amber, Zorro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just it's really left open
Yeah.
to interpretation.
And like all the same hat.
Yeah, all the same hat.
All right.
I get a new hat next.
I am a fan. All right. Here's how this works. My name's Tim. I'm the host of the show. You watching at home, you're the co-host. Your comments and questions will drive the episode. We're going to take them and we're going to put them up on the screen. Like Billy can take one comment. You can just put one up there as an example of how this works.
Oh, I got the perfect one. But we went past it. Give me one. Oh, here we go.
Okay. This is from Kyle Edwards. It says, stop complaining about Terrence's privilege, Billy.
I know.
Yeah.
Some
So-
of the few that I have. No,
We're going to pick. Oh, yep. We'll get, you know what? We're going to get into that later. No. What we're going to do is not that. We're going to take your comments and questions.
Yes,
Drop them
yes.
down below. Drop all your cigar comments and questions, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or where we're going to be also doing the after party of this show on Rumble and on the community on Cigars Daily Plus. I've got a truckload for us to cover tonight, but I'll tell you right now, we are less than 1 month away from Cigartopia. In fact, early bird tickets are only available for another couple of days. So learn more about it. The opportunity to visit the cigar-centric nation. Get your passport now to come hang out with Steve Saka from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. He will be here in force with his Leche Burra, with a new blend, a new daily edition, very special cigar that him and I have been working on for like 50 years. And also with him is going to be Terrence Riley from Aganorsa Leaf. And that is very special because him and I have been working on a project that's sitting around the studio here called the Aganorsa Leaf Rare Leaf Reserve, Connecticut. Here's a little look at the vista on the box of that. If you guys know, and I'll outline this for you briefly, do drop your comments down below because Billy's looking for the best ones. He's starring them like he's giving them gold stars like you're in elementary school or some crap. And then we're going to start getting them. Aganorsa Leaf is one of the foremost vertically integrated cigar companies. They own field, farm, factory, family name. They got the whole kit and caboodle, if you will. And because of this, they make cigars for other brands. They're one of the more higher desirable brands for a lot of up and coming boutique cigar companies to have their cigars made by Aganorsa at the Aganorsa factory with Aganorsa's leaf. And like all other cigar growers or tobacco growers out there, Aganorsa has like leaf that they grow that they use in their regular production cigars. That leaf gets regular treatment. Then they've got like pilones or parts of the crop, sections of the crop that they'll set aside and say, these are only for our very special high-end limited production or limited edition projects. One of those is the very original Aganorsa Leaf Rare Leaf Reserve Corojo. The band looks a little bit different for it now, but certainly the Aganorsa Rare Leaf Reserve, when that came out, was a smash hit. So much so that Aganorsa released it again in a Maduro iteration of the Rare Leaf Reserve. Now, the Maduro is, to this day, one of my favorite Aganorsa Maduros, like bar none. But I always see this in the world of cigars. They come out with a blend, and then they sort of fill out the line. You know, you've got the Corojo for the, I don't know, medium strength people who like a little bit of spice. You put out the Maduro for those guys that have got, you know, huevos. They got some, you know, hair on their chest, and they really want a powerful cigar. But even in this line, up until now, there's been nothing for the mild cigar lover. Nothing that really pairs particularly well with coffee in the morning. Nothing with that Connecticut shade essence. And that's why I worked together with Terrence Riley this year to craft the Aganorsa Leaf Rare Leaf Connecticut, a new blend that features the same limited availability tobacco from their special sections of their crops that gets special treatment through the fermenting, aging, curing, and sorting, and now comes in the Ecuador Connecticut shade iteration. So this new blend is very exciting. Everybody around the studio has it tonight. We're going to learn a little bit more about this project and everything that went into it. But I want to start by getting to your comments first. So Billy, take it away.
You know, we actually have cigar questions tonight, which is
take them and read one so I can do my thing here.
Yeah. Tim, this one's for you.
You're supposed to.
I know, but he can take
You can read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cigar Avengers.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what's up, Fred?
The Cigar Avengers are here. What did you say, Fred?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not as exciting. I was more excited about some sort of team of cigar saving superheroes, but now it's just a guy called Fred.
Him on the Nicaragua tariffs.
So he's like he's like the Captain America of the Cigar Avengers.
No. I want to know what Fred says. Fred, if you were truly an Avenger, which Avenger would you be? Which Marvel superhero would you be? And I kind of want to know that from the rest of the crew, so we'll get it down to in a minute.
Okay.
Tim from Cigar Avengers, or Fred, are you a fan of Brazilian Matafina? Oh, baby. Am I ever a fan? Listen, I'm going to say this. There are a lot of countries that grow tobacco for cigars. You know, not just your Nicaragua, Dominican, Honduran. You also get Brazilian, you get Colombian. There's Costa Rican tobacco out there. They grow tobacco in Italy, believe it or not. They grow it in Indonesia. They grow it in countries all over the world, even here in the good old US of A. But one thing, I love that. Okay, I would definitely be the Hulk from Cigar Avengers. I 100% agree with you. There's one thing about Brazilian tobacco that gets me like excited, and that is that Brazilian tobacco, for whatever reason, always for me gives this really bright, like flavor nature to it. Like that, the flavor's typically bright. It typically comes with this like almost citrus note or very vibrant sweetness. It's an addition to any complex flavor profile that really draws me in. Cigars like the CAO BX3, the La Raña from Espinosa Cigars, the new Dias de Gloria Brasilia from AJ Fernandez. All of those cigars are ones that stand out to me as like having that feature and characteristic. Absolutely, I do. What Avengers would you be? I mean, other than Zorro?
Took off the hat.
This is
It's tough.
this is not my forte.
First of all, it's because you're not into superheroes, not because you're into DC.
No, it's because I'm not into superheroes. I'm not into any of it.
Okay,
that's
so
fine. Keep going.
I can't even remember who all the Avengers are. I don't even know who I'm picking from.
That's fair.
This is gonna
Can you
ignite
pull up
some hate.
Avenger list for her? Just a nice little photo.
All right. Well, while she's thinking, Billy, what Avenger would you be?
Look, a lot of I would say Hulk, but our guy Fred already took Hulk, so I can't take that.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be
Scarlet
Hawkeye.
Witch.
Now, hear me out on this.
I mean, Hawkeye's
He
tough.
seems like
Hawkeye, he doesn't really do anything. He's just always in the background,
yeah.
just shooting his arrows. He's probably got a cigar. He's burning up on top of a roof.
Yep,
He's not like hand-to-hand fighting anybody. If I can't be Hulk, I'm going to go Hawkeye.
Alrighty. I would say if I chose an Avenger to be, I'm gonna be what's her name? Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You know, I
Wow.
got the hand-to-hand, I got the ability to pew if I need to, and I'll just bring some sex appeal that brings people to the theaters.
You do.
I got El Roche El Lechero says Tim would be Black Widow.
Oh,
sorry.
come
accurate.
on.
That's accurate. That's accurate. Because I got huge.
Oh.
That's right. Yep.
Cal,
Okay.
Kyle
There's
Edwards says, Billy, you're rich. You're Iron Man.
that is a good point.
That's true.
Billionaire
CEOs
Playboy
would be
Playboy.
Iron Man. Yeah.
Terrence is definitely Loki from Cigar Avengers.
Oh,
I like that.
Yeah, that
Does it-
fits.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
no, like
You went on
accurate,
a
dude.
rant 2 weeks ago about taking over the world. And like a
That's
very
true.
That's true.
post-apocalyptic.
Good point.
No, we were sitting at lunch.
That doesn't mean I'm an Avenger though. Like if I had to be like one of the team, like
Loki's not an Avenger either.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Loki's not an
Look.
Avenger. I was choosing one of the Avengers that I would be.
I have seen some of the movies with Loki in it, and you're giving Loki. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Terrence equals Wakanda.
Oh.
By the way, just by showing Amber a list of Avengers, she picked the Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's a
That
that's
checks. That
That
checks.
does? All
You're
right.
crazy. Yeah.
Frankie
Well,
P
I mean,
says
yeah.
Gold member. Hellboy from Grimm is accurate. Okay.
Gold
Mine
member.
would be Rod Yank says Tim would be Spider Girl. I've seen that. That's okay. She's a little young, but that's fine. No, I would be the like this. Listen, this is more serious than anyone wants to get about which Avenger you would be, and then we'll move on with the show. So drop your cigar comments and questions down below. I would be the Hulk because the Hulk, or I should say Bruce Banner, lives with something terrifying and troubling inside of him that he has to contend with all the time. And as a guy who's been through 12-step recovery and a lot of, working to live a life that agrees with my convictions, I associate with that. I see the Hulk and I'm like, I get that, dude. Like there's something inside of you.
I thought you'd be Falcon.
Falcon Punch.
No,
Wait,
that's
which Falcon?
Captain Falcon from
No,
Smash Bros.
what's the flying guy?
Yeah, that's Falcon.
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie.
He's got a gap tooth. I thought you would resonate with that.
Falcon has a gap too.
100%.
I don't know. We're gonna have to get into that later.
I'm gonna have to look at the lore on the Scarlet Witch. See what I just signed
Kyle,
up for.
Kyle Edwards says, I don't know, Tim. Bruce Banner is super smart.
Oh!
I don't know about that, Tim. That's fair enough. All right. Let's keep going with the show.
Yes.
Drop your cigar comments and questions down below. We're going to get to them throughout the episode. I want to dive into something really quick that all of you should definitely know about, and that is some Cigars Daily headlines. This is what's happening in cigars today. A few things are popping up here that you're going to want to be aware of. First of all, they're shipping like tomorrow. I don't know. They're shipping soon. Sometime next month, these are going to be out there in the wild. And Plasencia is putting out an annual release of the Chinese Zodiac, the Year of the Horse. Cool. Is that the Chinese Zodiac? Is it the Year of the Horse?
Yes.
I don't know. It's the El Año del Caballo.
Is that a horsetail on the cigar?
It looks like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I love that.
This cigar, if you
don't
haven't
love the
seen,
size.
Plasencia has been doing the Zodiac sign cigars for a while. They did the Year of the Ox. They did the Year of the Tiger. There was a Year of the Rabbit. All of them smoking hot, popular blends. This year's Year of the Horse is it's a Clydesdale of a blend. A 7.5 by 58. Like, lock up your wife because this cigar is colossal. And it's got a braided, it doesn't have a pigtail on it. It doesn't have like I don't even know what to call it. It literally has a braided tobacco coming off of it that looks like, if you've ever seen the horses when they braid the mane or braid the tail, it looks like that. It's one of the most clever presentations that I've seen out there. Year of the what? Year of the Caballo.
Got to pronounce that one.
What did I say? Year of the horse? Did I say Year of the horse?
No, but if you don't pronounce that correctly.
It's my year.
Finally, someone's celebrating Terrence. Here's that privilege. All right.
You know what? Next headline.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Claire Castle. Billy, go ahead and read this headline for us.
Hi, Claire.
So you guys know, Billy has a really hard time with Spanish words. This word, not Spanish. It's also not English.
Please, Billy, continue.
Do your best.
Sound it out. Sound it out.
Hi, Claire Castle. Sanitaire 2025 ships.
Okay, very good, Billy.
I got
very
this one.
good.
Close. It was pretty close.
Everybody in the audience is really proud of you too, and as am I. Yes, the High Claire Castle Sanitaire is a cigar made by Nick Melillo through Foundation. This cigar was designed to celebrate. Listen, High Claire Castle, and there's a High Claire Castle and a High Claire Castle Victorian. Mm-hmm. Two blends from Foundation. One is a Connecticut, the other's a Maduro. The Sanitaire, which I don't think that's honestly how it's pronounced. Terrence knows the correct.
It's a Sinet chair. So it's like the J makes a CH sound, but outside of that, it's
insane.
Whatever.
But anyway, you can throw the article back up there, Terrence.
Yes, sir.
This is a cigar that celebrates the connection with the 100 years of discovering King Tut's tomb. Mm-hmm. It's the reason that the box has hieroglyphics on it and looks very Egyptian, but it is a cigar that celebrates the connection between High Claire Castle and the studying and cultivating excavation of Egypt.
So if you watch Downton Abbey, it was a quick little anecdote, that manor that the show is based off of is also known as High Claire Castle, and the guy who owned that manor was the one who discovered King Tut's tomb. And so for the 100th anniversary of the discovery of King Tut's tomb, the Senate chair came out.
Now all I can picture is Nick Melillo watching
Downton Abbey.
And he's like, popcorn crying. Just be like, oh my gosh, this is such a good show. It's like, I'm going to make like 10 cigars off of this show alone.
The Tea Time by Nick Melillo.
Dalen Johnson says, Downton Abbey. What the hell? Leroy says, super nerd. Dude. Jay says, I told you, ask T. And then Antonio said, and he died. And that's true. That's true. The archaeologist that discovered King Tut's tomb did die shortly after breaking a seal with a curse on it, breathed in some mold, and died.
I've got the black lung, Paul.
I got the black lung. This was something so when I was younger, I visited Egypt and I went to King Tut's tomb. You learn about this. You go to all of the pharaohs' tombs in all the Valley of the Kings there where they're all buried. And all of them, like Ramses II, who's the Ramses from the Old Testament in the Bible. He's the one that Moses is like, let my people go. And he's like, no. And you go to his tomb and it's carved 20-foot ceilings all the way down with little tiny hieroglyphics. Millions of them cover the walls. But King Tut died so young and he had to be buried so suddenly that they literally didn't carve any of the hieroglyphs. They just painted them on the walls. Big 2-foot hieroglyphs every 3 feet. They just slapped them on there.
They just graffitied his tomb.
They graffitied it, threw him in there with his gold, and then shut the door and put the curse on the door. And so when the archaeologists broke the curse thing off and opened the door, they inhaled air that contained a mold that was growing on the painted hieroglyphics in there that killed all of them.
Yep.
And so the prophecy was fulfilled, the curse, whatever, was fulfilled.
Mega nerd.
Yeah, I'm sorry, plume. That's right, Silver Tanya. It's called plume. That's correct. They inhaled the plume, and it did not bode well. So there you go. But yeah, Senate Chair is the cigar that's all about that. So a couple of things coming out in the next couple of weeks. Also, we're going to have some updates on a headline we touched on last week coming up over the next couple of weeks, and that is that the Trump administration has officially threatened 100% tariffs on Nicaragua. I put out a video on this and talked a little bit more about what's entailed with that and what each of us is able to do to combat it as lovers of premium cigars. There you go. Billy, I want to get some comments, and then we've got a fresh segment to do on this show tonight. Something very new, completely unique, and perfectly awesome. Brian Bennett says, Tim, will you be buried with cigars or cremated with cigars? I don't know. I'm hoping that however I go out, there's not really enough left to do either of those things, but cremated with cigars seems fine.
What if they like just covered your body in tobacco leaves and made you into one big cigar?
I'd take
and then when they burn you,
and then smoked it.
Yeah.
You know how you can like donate your body and they can make you into a tree? Do you want us to make you into a tobacco plant?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we could like harvest it and be like,
This is
this
Cigars
Tim is
Daily
really producing some good
Edition.
leaf.
Hyper rare.
I'm getting notes of dinosaur lovers.
Is there
Yeah.
C4 on this?
Hey,
I taste some
I
C4.
feel my teeth growing apart.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to grow an entire field of tobacco out of my body. So when I die someday, the very limited edition Tim H. Swanson Especial will be available.
But the trick is it's actually plume that kills you. And
Yeah.
that's your revenge.
Yep.
So
That's the revenge. It's the yin to the yang. Okay. Dear God in heaven, what are we even doing on this show? Okay. Did that all stem from tariffs? What were we talking about when that
No,
came?
that was
let's
the
go back to the
Egyptian
comments.
stuff.
Okay. Next comment's coming our way right now from Marcus Cheney. Where do I post pictures on Facebook? For there are a few Cigars Daily Nation groups. Yup, there sure are. Here's how it works. There's one Cigars Daily Nation group that's got 42,000 members in it. That's my group. Then there are a few pathetic losers that started groups that they called them Cigars Daily Nation to try to play off the success of our community together. Those people have got no imagination and suck. So don't join those groups. Those groups typically have 1, 2, 3, 4,000 members. They're trying to use the clout of our community to grow their own community, which is why I say it's unimaginative. They also have no conscience.
You can also join my group, Daily Cigar Nation.
I have Cigars Nightly if you want to join that one.
Oh. All right.
Whatever happened to the guy that was totally ripping off your handle name?
Oh, it was
He went away. I haven't seen anything from that guy. I don't know. He didn't. He
YouTube ate him.
Around. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's dude. Ripoffs online are so bad right now. I'm gonna tell you very briefly about just the craziest thing in the world. I had an account, so I have accounts on various platforms, so that we can grow our community in the various ways that people use social media. Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube, Rumble, Cigars Daily Plus. I had a TikTok account. That TikTok account had 55,000 followers. Without channel strikes on it, for a channel that was in good standing, they just took it down and deleted the channel. and deleted all the content off of it and everything. They just one day I came in and they said, well, it's gone. The weird thing is 4 knockoff accounts of my channel with my content have survived beyond my channel. There are 4 ripoff accounts with my videos and with like some of the stuff in it using my name and my logo that are, I think, still there on TikTok, and my account got deleted.
Don't they know they can't monetize off of your content? So
I don't know what they think. I think that it's robots. I'm not gonna. I don't.
Do you think they used
care.
a motorized ladder and some hand tools to steal your stuff?
What?
I don't
the
know.
Louvre,
I'm not.
Come on.
Oh, the Louvre. You were
Yeah.
doing a topical reference.
I was doing
Billy.
a topical reference. You all need
Oof.
Oh, way over my head.
Yeah, that was tough, dude. That was a tough connection. Let's see what the people have to say about it. Cigars Nightly from Corey Pinot. Okay, keep dropping your cigars and comments down below.
Oh, I got a
right back into
nerd.
those.
That's the first time I've ever gotten a nerd.
Yes.
Dang it.
Yes.
All right, we got more cigar questions.
All right, give me one more, and then we're going to jump into a brand new segment for this show. Tess Keffer is on. Tess says, how cold is too cold for cigars in an acrylic humidor? I can't talk about temperature with cigars without mentioning humidity. And for me, these two things are closely linked to each other. So when it comes to your humidor at home, it's likely that you've got one of a handful of solutions. You either have some sort of small desktop box thingy, okay? It's like a box humidor, or an acrylic jar humidor. Looks something like this. And these things are going to sit at the temperature of the room that they're in. They just will. They don't control temperature for you, and eventually they'll all adapt to the temperature of the room. Or you've got something larger like an electric humidor. An electric humidor is going to give you a little bit of temperature control. As the temperature drops, the amount of humidity to hold humidity for your cigars will increase to some degree, because humidity we measure by RH, relative humidity, where the humidity is relative to the temperature. Now, the way that science works, and I know a scientist who I talked to about this, as we've already established during this episode, am not a scientist, because Bruce Banner is very smart. But higher temperatures, higher air that is warmer has an easier time holding humidity. So that's why if you live like on the East Coast in like Florida or North Carolina or somewhere like that, when it gets hot outside, the humidity goes through the roof. It's like 97% humidity and it's only 85 degrees outside and you're just sweating, your underwear is soaked and you're miserable. Colder temperatures have a harder time holding on to humidity. So when Tess asks how low can your cigars go in terms of temperature and still hold humidity or still be in good shape, you can go pretty low. I don't think you're going to worry about the cigars drying out. I would typically stick with my cigars somewhere above 60 degrees Fahrenheit as a storage temperature, unless you're going to be intentionally ramping up humidity to match a lower temperature. I've been inside of cigar factory wicking rooms where the temperature is like 55 degrees. It gets really cold in those rooms. And part of the purpose is to off gas and release humidity from the cigars to sort of let them level out before they get put in boxes and shipped off to their eventual destination. So lower temperatures, higher humidity, and just be careful with what you do. That was a fantastic question. Billy, what else have we got?
You've opened up Pandora's box of humidor questions.
Billy, take and read a couple of these for me, dude.
This one's from Sting190. The R temp in my humidor has been slightly increasing over the past few months to approximately 73 plus, but my humidity has been consistent as I keep it at 67%. Should I be concerned with 72 to 74 degree temps?
No, absolutely not. You say you keep it at 67%. That's great. 72 to 74 is fine. Listen, the temperature, you've got a pretty broad range on this stuff. And I think people worry too much about temperature and humidity. There are areas where this is concerning. If your temperature gets above, I don't know, 80, 83, 85 degrees, that's too warm for the cigars and going to allow too much humidity to get in there. You stand the problems of mold and tobacco beetles. Cold, not so worried about it. For as far as humidity goes, they say that like you want to hit 70 degrees in terms of temperature and 70% humidity. They call that the 70-70 rule. listen, the range for humidity goes down to like in the low 60s is good and healthy. You can have 62% humidity and still have cigars that come out of the humidor feeling like they're in very good shape. You can have humidity that gets up, I'd say around 72 to 73% is like the top end for me personally, but it really depends on how like you prefer your cigars to be. So there we go. Ira Lippman says, humidors are for nerds. I buy them, then smoke them.
Fair.
Humidors are. And if that's true, there's 300 plus nerds watching this right now because I'm betting most of you have a humidor at home. I've got like 10 humidors and kind of a nerd. So I guess I can't really fight what Ira's saying right there. All right. Anything else, Billy?
Oh, we got them for days.
Dang. This one's from Rob Cunningham. Tim, does aging tobacco have more impact pre-rolled or storing a finished box of cigars? So aging cigars is versus aging tobacco. That's what you're really talking about. There's one distinguishing factor between the two. If you just age the leaf by itself, what you're going to get is a singular leaf that's well aged. If you age a cigar that's blended together, you give different types of leaf the chance to age and sort of break down together. Okay. As the Ligero and the Seco and the Viso in the blend all kind of break down together, it can take a flavor profile that's relatively complex, help it balance out a little bit more, smooth out, takes off the rough edges from that flavor, and gives you a better look at an overall complex flavor profile, where aging one leaf by itself will just make that leaf smoother. So if you age all the leaves individually and then try to blend a cigar, it will be different than if you blend a cigar and let that cigar age. Personally, if I'm looking for an aged cigar experience, getting a cigar with aged leaf in it is good, but taking a blend and aging it will show you what will happen to that flavor profile over time. I prefer that. That's just a personal touch. Are we good, class?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It also depends on the blender, because if you give a bunch of blenders 15 aged tobacco of different regions and then they can put together different cigars, some might not hit your palate. But if you sit there and age a cigar for 15 years, it has that time to mature, develop, and also even out and mellow out so that it's a fantastic cigar. And I'm not saying that's for every cigar, but it's a nice rule of thumb to have.
All right. Listen, keep dropping your cigar comments and questions down below. This has been we've talked about cigars a lot during this episode. It's been fantastic. But I do want to jump into a brand new segment on this show. I want to do something unique, new, fun together. I'm actually going to move over here. We're going to do a segment right here called Billy Says Spanish Words Good.
So fun for you all.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, fun for most of the people in this room. Cigars Daily now presents Billy Says Spanish Words Good. Yes. If you watched the episode before, Billy is the go ahead and put the camera on, Billy, while I talk here.
Yeah. Here, I'll put this back up.
Yeah, put that back up. Billy has birthed some of the best cigar names that we've heard of on the show. Cigar names like Ram on All Ones by AJ Fernandez.
That's the proper name.
El Poophole by
Also a
Artesano
better
del
name.
Tobacco. So we thought that for this episode, what we do is give Billy some Spanish words to read. We haven't given him any of these before, and we're going to test Billy's ability to read Spanish. Now, you can give me the camera just really quick. I do want to let you guys know Billy's wife is Mexican. And so this shouldn't be hard for him, but based on our experience with Billy, it's going to be. So,
Tim.
Yeah.
Quick question. Did Billy know about this segment before 10 seconds ago?
I showed him the logo when he
Okay.
got here. I showed him the logo. So he's familiar with the fact that this is going to happen.
Okay.
I typically spring this stuff on people on the show, but on this one, I decided
He
to be
wasn't
nice.
Duolingo warming up. Before
No,
this
I
or
didn't give him a
anything.
chance.
Okay.
John says Billy is so screwed. All right, you know what? I want to give Billy the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Should have been called Billy Lingo. Oh, what a missed opportunity, RJL. That's amazing.
Next segment.
All right. I personally predict Billy's going to do a little bit better than all of you guys. You have a little less faith in him than I do. Billy, do you feel ready right now?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Drop your cigar comments and questions down below. I'm going to do the words. Terrence can grab comments in between these. Let's go ahead and put the camera on Billy. I just want you guys to see his face as he sees these and starts to read them. Terrence, you can confirm that Billy cannot see the words on his screen, right? You got a screen. You got to look at his screen.
I got to look at his screen. Yeah. He's not looking.
Okay. All right, Billy. We're gonna start you off with a nice, easy, soft pitch. Are you ready?
Easy soft pitch.
All right, here we go. The first word.
Oh, Melanio.
Okay, Melanio.
Okay.
Melanio is the name of the great Melanio Oliva, one of the patriarchs of the Oliva family. Billy, you're off to a sensational start right now. 100%. All right, here we go.
Mi querida.
I've never heard that word with one syllable before. Me querida.
Yeah.
Come on, you got to roll that tongue a little bit, bro.
Give it one more shot.
Mi querida.
It sounded Italian.
Billy was born with what we call white tongue. He can only say American words.
I got an 8 out of 10 on that.
All right,
one.
8 out of 10 from Marco 89. Do we got anything else? Pass from Billy.
All
B,
right.
Corey B. Wow, from Quickening just says wow. Pass. All right.
Aldemir says,
oh boy.
boy.
All right, so there we go. Next one, Billy. Here you go.
Tricky Traca.
Tricky Traca,
Okay.
which
Yep.
coincidentally is a version of Steve Saka's Mi Querida, which is the name of what Billy
Querida.
calls the Mi Querida. All
Somebody said in the comments, does Billy have a bunch of peanut butter at the roof of his mouth?
I just ate a peanut butter sandwich. It's just,
All right. This one is just for you, Billy.
Cheroot.
That is
Man.
correct. That's very good. Right now, I'm giving you like a 70%, like a 75%. You're in the C category.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
Do we have a couple of comments we can take? I got more of these.
From
Let's
Jack-
go, Billy.
Yeah,
You can read them, Terrence.
Tricky Tractors from Rick. This is a fantastic segment from Quickening.
Okay. Let's keep it going then.
Wait, what does that say?
Billy, please say, go for it, Billy.
Desafortunadamente.
Thank you, Cigar Yams. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's a great addition. That is the Spanish word desafortunadamente, which is the Spanish word for unfortunately, which is what this segment could have been called. All right, here we go. We're going to get the next one. Are you ready? All right. Roll out your tongue there, Billy. Get some stretches.
Oh, no.
Lorania Azuleo. Azulo. Azulo.
This is the best try ever. Of course, Billy is trying to say the word La Raña Azulejo.
Yeah, that one.
Azulejo. An Espinosa cigar that is really quite a
6
quite a
out of
thing.
10. I'm still passing.
You're still passing. Yeah. C's and D's get degrees, my friend. All right. This one I'm confident you've heard before, Billy, but I'd love to hear you just say it. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
Your most honest try.
Extali.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Excellent work. All right.
I'll give him that.
Next one.
La Dueña.
Yes, Billy
Wow,
is on a
okay.
roll.
Okay.
Billy
right.
is passing cigar school.
Yes.
Ah.
You almost said a bad word.
Apparexia.
Switch the letters. You completely switched the letters.
The word that Billy has just pronounced, I think, Apparecchia.
I was going for Appalachia.
Appalachia is Arapiraca. Arapiraca is, of course, the name of a specific Brazilian leaf that's often used as a wrapper in some cigars. The Brazilian Arapiraca.
That was like a 2.
All right, Billy. That one took you back a few points. Here we go, Billy. Go for it.
Oh man. I think the Jays are sorry.
Billy's gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight.
I'm going to say Yamastrand.
Yamastrand. That's pretty good. I'm gonna say you didn't say Jamastron, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
This word is, of course, Jamastron. It's a reference to the Jamastron growing region of Honduras. That's pretty good. All right, and then Billy, get the camera back on Billy. This one should be a soft pitch.
Marifel.
Marifel, very good. From the famous Marifel family, Jeremiah Marifel's family, the sole proprietors of African Cameroon wrapper leaf. Wonderful. I love it. Billy, there's 2 more here. How are you feeling at this point through the game? You feeling pretty good?
You know, I think Mike Frank said it best. Let's start a GoFundMe for Billy's Rosetta Stone lessons.
Oh my gosh, I'm in pain. The back of my head and my chest are infected right now.
Me too.
Oh
my cheeks hurt. All right, Billy, we got 2 more for you. Are you
All
ready?
right, I'm ready.
All right. First thing that comes to mind.
Voleta Abajo.
Okay.
Vuelta Abajo is the name of a famous growing region in Cuba for premium cigars.
Yes.
And your very last one here, Billy, go ahead and just let this one roll off the tongue. Just read it out loud the second you see it.
Empelanado.
Empilonando. Empilonando, which is the name of a technique used for creating pilones in tobacco fermentation. And that is Cigars Daily presents Billy Says Spanish Words Good. Fantastic job, dude. How did you feel about that?
You know, that's not my favorite segment that we do, but
all right, I want to jump back to the comments. Rooster says, I give Billy a 6.7 out of 10 for kind of trying. That's what he says. Marco gives you a 3 out of 10.
Oh,
And he was on your side.
He was on my side.
Crown and Cinder gives you an F, just a straight up F.
Billy, you remind me when I was in Spanish class. And famously, I went into the final with an F. But the teacher liked me, so after I failed all 3 parts of said final,
Good.
I passed with a C.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Brilliant.
No child left
I can
behind.
thank that woman for
Marco didn't like
graduating.
me.
So
Frank says, muy mal, amigo CEO. Marco had you at a 7 out of 10 and then reduced you to a 3 out of 10. Like
Now
2
that could
comments
be
later.
the specific word. So Marco, overall, what did I score?
I think that he did that when you said Appalachia. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that was when that change was made.
It's just in my DNA.
Yeah. All right. Drop your cigar comments and questions down below. We may bring that back. Cigars Daily presents Billy Says Spanish Words Good. I just got to find some more good Spanish words. Dirty Bird Bill is on. He says, overall failed.
Oh,
Damn. All right. Billy, I know we got a lot of cigar comments for this one. By the way, you do have someone in your corner. Silver says,
thank
Billy
you.
did better than I would have. 8 out of 10. You know, I similarly had a Spanish final, Amber, just like you, that I was not prepared for. It was a verbal Spanish final. It was when I was in maybe the 7th or 8th grade. And I was so unprepared, but it was at the end of the school year. And I had my gym clothes in my backpack.
okay.
Sleeveless shirt and shorts. So I put my shorts over my pants. I put my sleeveless shirt over my regular shirt. I drew a Superman sign on a piece of paper, and I did the thing as L Superman and got a passing grade specifically for that. Yeah. That's
I mean, if you can make people laugh, that's a good start. I
That's
lived
a great
most of my life like that. So
absolutely.
the people were laughing at me when I did my Spanish final too, but you know.
I did my Spanish final freshman year of high school.
Oh, how did
And
that go?
I didn't study. So my good friend next
You
to
took
me,
Spanish?
I was like, yeah, 6 years. And I said, It didn't work. But
Imagine the teacher that taught you for 6 years going, "Dear God, we've never had a case like this.
but I
That's
cheated
Never
exactly
off.
gone this poorly."
That's exactly true.
I cheated off my friend, and she texted me like, "Hey, I just checked our grades, and we got a 98." And I went and checked mine, and I got a 62.
Oh,
I
wow.
think I missed the bubble and got it all wrong from there.
El Lechero says Spanish 6 years and you still sound like this? Dear God. Cigar
No.
Yam says 6 years wasted. All right, sorry, I'm done messing with it.
6 years high school. No, that was middle school and high school.
Yeah, we out here in Arizona, when you go to school, you take a lot of Spanish. But similarly, I wasn't able to speak Spanish at all, and I did it for like all the way through grade school, middle school, and high school, and now only now am I really learning to speak it. All right, drop your cigar comments and questions down below. I want to get right into those after we do a segment we do every week on this show called the Cigars Daily Nation Pick of the Week. And I got questions for you, so you can drop comments on these questions too. The first one, before you put it up, every once in a while you're going to get a cigar. It's going to have a crack, a rip, a tear, something in the wrapper. There's some kind of imperfection. My question to you, some of these are harder to fuss with than others. At what point do you give up on a cigar? Where on the body of a cigar does the crack or tear have to be for you to say, not going to happen? Or do you use cigar glue it together? Some people use a little cigar glue. They have a little pectin. They use some chapstick. There's a number of ways to do it. This one got me. I don't know if I would have done this. Take a look right here. This is from Patrick M. He says, well, this sucks. I'm going to try to smoke it anyway. This appears to be like perhaps a Oliva, some sort of Serie V, maybe. There's a
Maybe
crack.
like a Serie O.
That could be an O. There's a crack in the wrapper that runs from about 1 inch from the foot all the way up to the cigar ring. Unless you have cigar glue on you or chapstick or something, this would be very, very difficult to repair. So I would have probably looked past this one, but I also have that cigar privilege that cigar industry people have.
Yeah.
So what are the people saying? Billy, get some comments on this one. Cigar Yam says it's always salvageable if it has no mold. And that's theoretically true. I bet I could find some cigar. I bet, you know what? I bet I could put together a cigar that would challenge what Cigar Yams has to say on that. But that's a fair point and a great attitude about how to save your cigars. What else, Billy? Dalen says glue. I'll even take the cutter and cut past the crack if it's going to be a bigger problem. This is most common when you have a crack somewhere near the foot of the cigar. That's a very common place. It's one of the reasons I love cigars that have a foot band on them, a band around the foot. You can see that on cigars like the cigar that we have in the studio tonight, which is the Rare Leaf Reserve Connecticut Shade. There's a foot band on the cigar that really protects the cigar from cracking if indeed it gets dropped. Terrence Riley just texted me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 50 minutes ago. Okay, never mind. Sorry, Terrence.
Don't talk about the rare leaf. We can't shit.
Yeah. So yeah, the foot band helps a lot. Or near the cap, you can cut down a little further if you have the cigar glue, because obviously if you cut too far, the whole cigar will unravel.
Can't just slap some Elmers on there.
You probably shouldn't.
Let's be real. A lot of the people who are watching have already had that.
They've sniffed all of the stickiness out of the Elmers. Your 4044 says, is cigar glue mostly honey? Can honey be used straight up? So I'll say this about using honey as cigar glue. Could you technically use it? I think it would be a messy proposition, and here's why. It won't dry on your cigar. It'll remain moist. And this is not what you want. I mean, I get the appeal of it. If you put it near the cap, it might work sort of, kind of, a little bit. But the thing about cigar glue is that the actual cigar glue, it's called Burmacol. It's basically vegetable paste. It will dry within a minute or two. And when it dries, it's like glue. It legitimately holds the cigar together. Yeah, chapstick does a little bit. But that Billy is holding the perfect cigar repair cigar glue.
Repair.
Yeah, perfect repair. And it comes with a little fingernail brush and you can shake it up and put it on a cigar. I use that relatively routinely. I keep a bottle, of that
bottle
stuff.
here.
Yeah,
Fair.
here in the studio, in my office, just around in case I need it.
I don't use it.
All right, and then I want to go to the next pick of the week. This is something that I think is worth talking about. It's worth mentioning. Corey D put this in the Cigars Daily Nation Facebook group. He says, "Wait a second.
Oh gosh.
Tim posted a video saying that Cameroon is not its own seed, but actually Habano seed grown in Cameroon. So we get to characterize the Sultan as a Honduran Habano wrapper." And there's one small correction to what Corey said. There was a video. Okay, so I'll say this. A few cigars have come out that say that they have a Honduran Cameroon or a Honduran Cameroon seed wrapper on them. And you see a lot of these varietals mentioned now in cigars. There's Ecuador Habano. There's Nicaraguan Habano or Honduran Criollo or Nicaraguan Corojo. They're mentioning a specific name of a country with a varietal where the seed came from. And so this blend that we selected for the Sultan of the Sahara came with what was called a Cameroon seed Honduran wrapper, which means that a Cameroon seed was grown in Honduras to produce this wrapper leaf. Now, I think to a lot of cigar smokers, this makes sense. It was Cameroon seed that came from Cameroon and placed in Honduras. However, recently, I had a visit from Jeremiah Mirafel, and he is a particularly distinctive figure to speak on this, as the Mirafel family are the sole proprietors of African Cameroon tobacco on the planet. If a cigar has African Cameroon leaf on it, or anything that should be called Cameroon, as he says, it should only be coming from Africa, and only the Mirafels are the distributors of it. The other statement that he made is, all African Cameroon comes from Indonesian Sumatra seed. Now, Sumatra is a relatively popular seed used to grow tobacco. So you get, Sumatras like Leaf by Oscar Sumatra, the Hoyo de Monterrey Dark Sumatra. And Jeremiah Mirafel says that they take the Sumatra seed from Indonesia, they cultivate and grow it in Cameroon, Africa, and that's what produces Cameroon leaf. And so his argument is that you cannot take the seed from Cameroon and then go grow it in Honduras and call it a Honduran Cameroon. Now, this leaves you with like two different ideologies of how tobacco is grown. A lot of cigar makers will purport this idea that if you take a seed like a Habano, and very frequently it's specifically a Habano 2000 seed, that originated in Cuba, you can take it and then grow it in Nicaragua for a number of generations. You take that Cuban Habano seed, you grow it in Nicaragua for, call it 10 generations. And over time, that seed gains the characteristics of the Nicaraguan soil. Every generation, the seed is a little different than the original Habano seed. After so many generations, you would refer to it as like a Nicaraguan Habano or a Honduran Habano or like an Ecuador Connecticut. And so there's this idea that you can take a seed, transfer it, and grow a new varietal. This type of growing, transplanting, creating new seeds is one of the reasons we have so many different varietals today. And so when it comes to the issue of Cameroon, Jeremiah Mirafel still claims that there is no Cameroon outside of Africa. At the same time, a lot of cigar makers these days seem to be getting those African Cameroon seeds and starting to cultivate new varietals in other countries. So this is, I wanted to display this out because this presented a real problem for me as we were getting into the project with the Sultan. Do you remember this, Terrence?
Yeah, you brought me in and you were like, "Hey,
we got to talk about this." Yeah, Jeremiah was here. We did this video with Jeremiah, and he told me about this. And like, Jeremiah is a straight up, like, legit guy. Like, Jeremiah seems to be what was the first part from Matt Coyne? Something tells me based on the comments that this is somehow the wrong audience for this.
You went a little
Leroy.
hard.
Yeah, king nerd. This stuff's important to me. I mean, we're making cigars out of the stuff, and I'm coming to you guys saying, "Hey, a cigar is this." If I say a cigar is something, and it turns out that thing is not what it is, I A, want to understand what's going on, and B, want to be as upfront with all of you as I can about it. So yes, I'm going to nerd out as much as I can, but I also want to give you guys the full details. So, by the way, Rod says Tim mansplaining. Thank you. You're not a lot of people accuse me of being a man.
He was looking
so I
at Amber
appreciate
the
it.
whole time he explained that.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. You know what? Put your damn cigar comments. I thought I was going to do something helpful for our community, and now everybody's just internet bullying me on the internet. So, what is the comments, Billy?
You know, here at Cigars Daily, we want to cultivate relationships, right? Especially between significant others. We might have messed this one up.
Maro Endy. Billy, pronounce that name.
Maro Andy.
My wife found my truck cigar glue and thought it was nail polish. Fun night explaining what it was.
Ooh.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oopsie doo.
Ooh, that's tough.
That's rough. How would you explain that?
She's putting it on. She's like, what kind of woman is putting this color on her nails?
Everything
Also-
is sticking to my nails.
I mean, cigar glue sounds made up.
It does.
You know, that doesn't sound like a real
I
thing.
swear it's cigar glue. She's like,
Yeah,
sure.
okay, sure. Like that's something that people do. I mean, when somebody first said it to me, I was like, "What? Cigar glue?"
Yeah.
She literally came to me and she's like, Terrence, does cigar glue actually work? Like, is that a thing? And I was like, yeah, we have a bunch of it right
Yeah,
here.
because it sounded like nonsense. You might end up getting new customer service complaints. Like, hey, I found this in my husband's, truck. Is
Yeah.
he cheating on me, or is this a real thing?
Ladies, listen. Please call me if you ever have any
Dear
questions.
God, Terrence has just went full on. Hey, baby, how you doing, girl?
I'll tell
Let
you
me
all
explain
about
your
that.
man.
you.
You don't have to stay with him tonight.
Hey, calm down.
Guess who doesn't
Calm
keep
down.
cigar glue in his truck?
Calm down. I was just gonna say, I was gonna explain it.
Listen up, baby.
All right, ladies, this is what y'all doing.
Dan Elding says the staff at the HQ covers for all of us. We do. We do. You know what?
We
do what can.
wear mini hats here.
Yeah. Okay. Dear God in heaven. All right. Listen, we're going to continue this show, but it can only happen in one way. We have to go to the after party. We are going to take with us our Aganorsa leaf, rare leaf Connecticut shades. We're going to take this picture of an axe. This one right here.
There we go.
And we're going to talk more about it when we go to the after party. We're only going to do that with this show on Rumble and on the community on Cigars Daily Plus. So you can continue watching the show, but we're going to end it on the main platforms, Facebook and YouTube. So join us over there for the unabridged version of the show. And we want to thank you for hanging out with us. If you want to go to Cigars Daily Plus, by the way, that is free and easy to sign up for. Our community, it requires like your name, username, and email, and a password, and that's basically it. You're in. You can join the community there or check it out on Rumble. And stay tuned for another great episode next Monday. And Cigartopia is right around the corner. Last chance for early bird tickets. We'll see y'all on the after party.
Ask me about your cigar glue.